Hey, good morning, everyone. How are we? Tuesday, Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day to everybody. Wish everyone the very best there. Thank you very much for all vets, your support, past, current, future. Thank you very, very much. I think I can speak from our entire team as a great big thank you as well. So, what is today? The 11th. It's Tuesday. Yeah, November. Okay, let's get going, right? Hey, good morning up there. Appreciate it. Vernon, good morning. How's everybody? Hey, Melinda, Sonny, Alan, Coach. Good morning, Ed, Gold, Bill. Okay, let's talk about the market here a little bit. First, let's do this. First, I had somebody on the YouTube channel ask me if I'd go through a couple of other things, and that's what we're going to do. So thank you. Thank you very much for asking questions on the YouTube channel. Um, and thank you for, yeah, I really appreciate it. So anybody that asks questions on the YouTube, I see them later today, late in the day, and then I will try to answer them either on YouTube or right here in the room. If it's a chart question, and if it gets too long, I'll answer it here. But anyway, I guess the government's back open. Yippee, right? And today's the 11th, and there's not much there. Michael Barr speaks. Don't know who that is. Small business opposium. Who cares? So let's go look at Wednesday here. And I've got no idea if there's going to be any economic report this week. I don't have a clue, but let's just assume that everything's going to work out. It doesn't look like there's much. Just everybody wanting their 15 minutes of fame. Susan here, Stefan here, Raphael here, Christopher here, Ann here, John here. Their 15 minutes of glory in front of a microphone. So, okay, guys, go get it. We all like that, so it's okay. I'm not beating them up. We all like to do that secretly, so that's cool. Come Thursday, we've got the CPI number. Everybody seems to get their panties in a wad over these numbers. My answer is put bigger panties on. Don't put them on so tight. They won't crawl up your crack so much. So just lighten up on this stuff, okay? The market's still going to be the market. People are still going to trade. Life will go on. Da-da. It really will. Jobless claims at 8:30. The CPI is at 8:30 as well. The next big thing here is the stars down here. EIA petroleum status report at about noon, and then it looks like there's a Treasury statement and Fed balance sheet at 2 and 4:30 p.m. All right. Come Friday, Fridays are supposed to be like cool, groovy. Fridays are supposed to be sort of like, hey, let's take it easy. Let's have a beer, cold margarita, dance, smoke, do whatever you do. And they want to do things like this on Friday. PPI final demand number comes out. Really? Retail sales, business inventory, natural gas report. Really? They should do all this stuff Thursday and leave Friday alone. Anybody? Raise your hand if you think you should do that. I think we should all vote for that. Friday, they need to knock this nonsense off. They need to push it to Thursday, and then we can feel better about taking Fridays off, right? Well, that's what I think. So let's all work on that, all right? So anyway, we did that. I've also last night. I thank you again. Seriously, there are quite a few people that I asked yesterday in the room here, and I'm asking everybody out there in social land that if you'll go to my YouTube Facebook and leave a little note, thumbs up if you like what you see. If you don't like what you see, don't leave a thumbs down, just leave. No. If you do if you do leave a thumbs down, at least have the courtesy to type in why. Okay, just don't leave a thumbs down. That's just chicken shit. So be a grown up about it. The next thing is somebody asked me I go through some charts to trade, but they would like for me to cover some of these big dogs So let's do that. Okay, let's do that. Take a look at Apple. So right now, you know what? I'm going to take this off of Apple. There we go. Apple's up here, I think, doing fine. Some key elements that I'm going to look at is where is price, where is the 8 EMA, or what we call the T line, and where is the Trendicator, or what is in fact the EMA 17 EMA, and that's the red and green dots. Okay, so I'm going to look at the relationship of those two. I'm also going to look at the relationship of what that Trendicator has been doing. And I'm going to come over here, and sometimes where I come to, it varies a little depending on the chart, but there's only a couple of variations. This one works perfect. We went from red to green, and from that green, we started moving up. So I'm going to take this green and just do that right there. Go from that green and go to this green over here on the right. And that is clearly in a bullish trend. I really don't care. Here we are down. Somebody might say, okay, we're bearish here. No, we're not. We're still above the trend. Any kind of bearish move above the trend is just simply price wiggling around, trying to wiggle itself somewhere. That's all it's doing. And that's where we get our patterns set up here and price wiggles around, gets in those patterns, and those patterns, once it likes that pattern, that's where we get those big breakouts to the upside, and it's also where we get those breakouts to the downside. So it's really all about that right there. Okay, so here we are, price EMA 8 EMA or T line, Trendicator, it's all working. So right now, I mean, I see no reason why we can't go higher on Apple here. Apple's doing a pretty good job. It ran up, got a little high. It pulled back because it got a little high. And now it's just consolidating, waiting for the buyers, enough buyers to come in to just push it right up the top. Now, of course, if that's not the case, and that is not what happens, then we'll see it drop to the downside. But everything is controlled right here. Everything is controlled right there. Okay. Let's look at Amazon. Let's take this off. I think, if I know how. There we go. So Amazon, that is one ugly chart, if you ask me. That's like, I mean, it's like Amazon is crawling around a jungle, trying to sneak around trees and leaves and not get bit by a snake or bears or lions or tigers. And it just looks horrible, but it's trying to smooth out. You can see that by going to a 2-day chart, go to a 3-day chart, see how it starts to smooth out. 4-day chart. Ooh, that's looking pretty good now, isn't it? So let's come over here and put a line. Now I'm going to put my line right here at the body because I like putting it at the body, and because the next wick is higher, so I'm willing to do that. There's the weekly chart right in there. So what I'm looking for right now is anything above 244.59 there would be bullish. So we start seeing some bullish signs in here. Well, let's rock and roll. This is all set up, also set up for a 3/8 trap. Meta, take a look at Meta. Okay, so Meta's not doing so good. All right, but here's what I think about Meta. There's some stocks out there that I think are what we're going to call champions, and I think Meta is a champion. And what I mean by that is that Meta's going to go higher. I'm not worried. Some stocks, they go down like this, and when we have a little fun with them, I'm sorry. There you go. The chart's bigger over there. I apologize. I'm full of myself, seeing myself over there. Now the charts. I apologize for those watching the in YouTube or on social. You're fixed now, okay? So Meta's a champion, opposed to some stocks that start heading down, and we make snide comments. They're going to go to zero. Meta's not going to zero. Meta's going to go higher. The question is when, right? So these are really, really good money-making stocks. This kind of stock is what some serious dreams can be made of. You could buy islands with this kind of stuff, or boats in my case. So when you start to see the buyers start to step in and you feel like, okay, we've got a bottom here. All right, now let's look for that entry. And then Meta, it's not going to go in a straight line. It's not going to do that. But Meta, I need to make that smaller. There we go. Meta goes up, Meta's going to pull back. Meta's going to do what all charts do. And, it might even pull back a little bit more. But over time, it will get back up here and go higher. I have absolute belief in that. Absolute. This is a champion. Meta is a champion. But we have to wait for the timing, because a lot of times we buy in early and it goes down lower, right? So here's the thing. Just don't be a bottom picker. Wait for something to show you. Like over the T line here, I'd sure like that at bare minimum. Here's the 500 period moving average, by the way, and we could slip down to that 568 and touch it. So I'm keeping my eye on Meta here for one of those. Time to buy the lows and move it up here. Let's take a look at Google, and let's get rid of that big red box. There we go. Google looks to me like it's about ready to break out. 289. Do you think, let's just go up in even numbers? Think we can get to 300? Let's go by tens. I mean, right there. There's you some targets. 10 even chunks. 10 chunks, 10 chunks, 10 chunks. Right there on Google. Google looks fantastic. 3-8 trap right now. We're rocking. Take some Tesla. I think at the moment Tesla goes up. It's having a little bit of difficulty right now, but I am bullish on Tesla. I don't own it because I need to wait for that buy signal, and I won't be buying Tesla. I'll be buying TSLL right here, and when it starts to raise up here and show that some buyers are in charge. Right now, the only buyers here are weaklings. They're nobodies. When the somebodies come in there, then I'll start looking at it, and then I'll look at Tesla going up and TSLL, PLTR. This is a shaker mover. This is a champion. Now I bought I bought PTIR yesterday. That's the inverse. Single stock inverse to PLTR. It's a whole lot cheaper than $190. So we gap up. We have an inside day looking great. Price above the T line above the Trendicator. Everything is working. I'm going to get rid of this. There we go. I'm still looking for it to come up to that top and maybe go higher. We are going to consolidate for a bit. I truly believe we are. We're gonna swallow here and take whatever pill we need to take. We're going to sneak ourselves up a little bit. We're going to pull back again, and then maybe we'll come up and test that top up there, okay? And the last one I have is Nvidia. Nvidia. Let's get rid of this one. Now, these are the shakers of the market these days. Seems like it anyway. It seems like these are the shakers. And as long as they're the shakers, we have to pay attention to them. It's just that simple. If we don't, we're going to get run over. Someday these will lighten up, and different set of stocks will be the ones to watch. But right now, these are the whole AI thing. It's still here. I hear a lot of people say there's a bubble in AI. Where's the bubble? I mean, I keep looking for a bubble. Last night I got in the shower and I got some baby bubbles and blue bubbles. Those are bubbles. Okay. I don't see a bubble blow up here. When you see bubbles, then it's a bubble. And what's going to happen is you're going to get all these people that want some fame, and they're going to start saying bubble, 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 bubble. And one of these days, the whole AI thing will crash. And every one of those people are going to say, I told you so, even though they missed it by 12 years. It's what they're going to do. Okay. It's what they're going to do. And so you got to weed out the chumps from people that really know how to read a chart. Okay. Read those, you got to weed them out. And well, you just have to. Anyway, Nvidia, I think we're chopping along here, going sideways till it finds its footing. It's going to have to fill in some of this crack down here. It's going to want to fill in some of this crack up here. It's going to move sideways, and it's going to slowly move right on up for now. Okay, let's go to the SPY. Now, the person that wanted me to do that, will you please report back into YouTube, and let me know if that's what you wanted, and anything else you'd like, let me know. Okay. All right. Now let's look at some markets. Right now, I believe the SPY is absolutely bullish. I believe the Qs are bullish. It's very simple. Price above the black line above the green dots. That's literally all I look at. One other thing, I guess. I want my green dots to be trending up. I do want that. So green dots, T-line, price. And you can go back. I mean, we can all agree that right here, let's do this, make this green. Okay. I think we can all agree. Yeah, we can all agree, right? That move right there was bullish, correct? Well, look at where price is, look at where the T-line is, look at where the Trendicator is. It's really, really simple. This is what I teach. This is what I share to everybody in the trading room. I hope everybody likes it. I hope, I'll ask for comments today, pros and cons. We'll find that out today. Those that are listening out there in social land, it's really simple. I mean, there's a lot, there's a lot. This part is simple, but the part of managing, taking profits, how do you double your account? How do you triple your account in a year, right? You have to put that together. Okay. All right. Let's look at some stocks. I think I flagged some. We'll do this. We'll just start right there. If anybody has any stocks you want to look at, please post them out. I would appreciate it. Take a look at Tiger here. If Tiger starts to break out over that 50 period moving average, I see that as a possible trade. And let's take this top and come down to this bottom. And you can see that 50% mark right in there. That's where I would be headed to. And after that, the 618 retracement up here. And that puts you almost 10% on Tiger. So that's a pretty good looking trade. Let's see here. What am I? There we go. I probably should point to what I'm in here real quick. I'm in open. I'm currently up 19.5% in open here. And I'm looking for open to get up into that second bar and possibly the third bar up there. Possibly this third bar right in here. Now, I would not be surprised if we don't see some sort of pullback in here as well, but around that right in there. And that would, I don't know, that'd be a 40% gain in that. Also lift, LYFT. There we go. I'm holding a 46% profit there. I did take half my profits off. I'm going to let it ride. I'm kind of feeling that we're going to get to that 25.30 up here. That's what I'm looking for. The next pop up there. And there's not 1 ounce of me that thinks we're not going to pull back. And if we pull back, I very well may buy another position because that would be another setup. So allow my first setup to continue to work, buy a second setup if it's setting up the way I want. And then Rivian, that's the last one that I have that's 20 and above percent. I took half of Rivian off the table yesterday, still looking for the rest of Rivian to move up here. Therefore, there's still a trade out there for anybody that would like a trade. Now, I do not think this is the place to buy it. I do think we need to wait for that pullback. And once again, if this pulls back and sets up for another trade, there might be a good chance that I just actually buy another complete trade. Keep the trade that I have, which is half the position because I've already sold it. The idea is to put put money in your pocket. That's how your money grows. That's how you double your account. That's how you triple your account. Okay. And then if it sets up again, I'll buy another position. Then I'll have 2 positions on and can trade them both up. Woof. There's a mouthful. All right, let's come back over here. Take UNG. Oh, I'm in UNG. I bought this Friday, and I bought it yesterday, and it's setting up here. Right now, UNG is dancing right here at the dotted deuce, and that's looking like we're just going to pop right up. And if we do, the target direction will be to the 200 period moving average, which is right up here. There'll be a stopping point, profit taking point, a picture Kodak moment, picture taking point, whatever you want to call that, around 1550. Okay. I better make sure, see if you guys have any stocks here you want to look at. Hey, Sharon, good morning. Thanks. Saw your post there on YouTube. Thank you. ALB. ALB is a beautiful chart. Look at that. Here we've come off that 50 period moving average, rallied up, setting here, ready to break out and go to that next level. Need some coffee. You can always tell new traders, rookie traders, or traders that's struggling, because they'll look at a stock like ALB and the first thing out of their mouths is double top. That's a rookie comment, or a trader that's struggling. And if you're struggling, you've probably been struggling since rookiness. Here's the word of the day. Since you were a rookie, and you really haven't left the rookie chair yet. I'm not going to disagree with you. We're headed for a double top. But what we've got here is a chart that is in a monster move, had a normal everyday run-of-the-mill pullback, and headed out to higher numbers. That's what it is. Now, if you want to stop and gawk at the double top, well, you can do that, but you're going to miss a whole lot of good scenery if you do that. So we've got a trend that's getting back into its trend, if you ask me. ALB's nice chart. KGC. KGC is still looking good. I don't particularly think it's a great buy right here, because we've been up too much, and I don't think I see enough rest or consolidation. But however, if it did rest for a day or two, and today is not a rest, it could turn into a rest. But if it would rest up for a day or two, I could see a buy in that. For those that are in it, 2 thumbs up. You're rocking. Looks really, really good. I'm looking any stock questions there. There we go. J&J. J&J. I'm putting that on my list. I am. So what I'm going to do with J&J is I'm going to come over here to the top. I'm going to come over here and find the lowest low. It's about right there. And I'm going to take this little thing. There's my 50% mark. I'm going to duplicate that. That's my 618 retrace. I don't see any reason why J&J can't get back up to its top up here. That's about 3%. It's not a big mover. It's not. This is one of the charts that I would call a champion chart. It's a chart you can count on. When it's moving, it's moving. When it's not, it's not. But it's a champion. It's been there a long time. It doesn't trade by whims unless, the earnings or something like that. But I think it's a champion stock there. So very nice. It looks great. All right. You folks over here, I haven't forgot about you. Let's see what you got. Good morning. Let's do a little bottom picking in BIS. Did that say bottom picking? Bottom picking. Yeah, I guess bottom picking here on the 50 period moving average. I'm going to get rid of everything. There we go. So I agree. Now, those that, are always negative, go ahead and draw your line down here. Be negative. Anybody that knows me, I tend to be a little more positive. I can see that, but I can also see this right here. Boom, 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 boom. I can see that. And that's what I see. So let's take our top. Let's go to our low right there. We're right now at our 50% rebound area. Wow, look at that all through there. Whoops, wrong one. Darn it. Darn it. Darn it. Darn it. There we go. There we go. We're at our 50% area. So once we break out it, well, actually, no, that's not true. This is a buy right now, in my opinion. Buy here, 50 period moving average stop. You break out, you're golden. You're going to come up here and test. You may see a little pushback. Watch for that breakout. Earnings is over, I guess. Yeah. Nice chart. Nice find. Could be a great play. Thank you. Let's see here. XP. EV, XPEB, brand new breakout. Absolutely. So we've got ourselves, let's look at a weekly. There we go. We've got ourselves this brand new breakout. There we go. We'll do that. Actually, just move it here. We've got ourselves this brand new breakout. So what we need to do is let this calm down, or where you're going to enter it. I mean, you can just enter anywhere you want. You can put your stop anywhere you want. I mean, that is certainly a way to trade. It is really a way to trade. A lot of people do that, and that weeds the weak ones out, is what that does. Leaves more food for us, more cake and pie. So let's let it weed everyone out of here. Let this thing set up, and I absolutely see a buy in here. I would love to see what I call a gap and trap, and that's where we gap up, which we did, and then we just kind of consolidate down slowly. And what that'll do is will allow the T line, that black line right there, to slowly move up, right? And then price come down. We get into that T line area, we get into that 3-8 trap area, and then we get those buyers in there, and then we head up again. That would be my strategy at the moment until something changes. Rivian. Hey, hot stocks, you see Rivian breaking out. You do, huh? Here's that weekly chart. And you're right. I see that Rivian breaking out right here too. I've got two targets up here, one at about $21 and one about $24.60. I am currently long Rivian. I bought Rivian Friday right here. So I'm doing pretty good on it. I did sell half. If it pulls back, I might consider buying a whole new position, keeping the piece I have and then having another one. If it just wants to keep moving up, well, I'll keep what I have and let it move right on up. But yes, I see a nice little chart here headed higher. Let's move that down. Can you see that? Yeah, that's looking really good to me. I agree. Let's see. Looks like VWAP and moving averages. No, I don't use VWAP 7. Yeah, I don't use VWAP. Here, let me share with everybody. I'll show you what I use in moving averages. I use price action. The black line is the 8 EMA. The dots is nothing but the 17 EMA. We just figured out a clever way to make it red and green depending on where price is. The blue line is the 50 period moving average. The dark red line down here is the 200 period moving average. And the dotted red line is also the 200 period moving average, but it's modified. It's not a pure 200 moving average. And that's the moving averages I use. If I have the 500, there it is. There's the 500 period moving average. I keep it kind of light and out of sight. But that's all I use right there. Keep it simple. I trade price action. I trade trend. Trend is the king, and timing. And I'm not afraid to be in cash. I'm not afraid to say that, whoop, this market's over my head. I can't trade this market. I'm not afraid to say that and then be in cash or sit on my hands. I think that's one of the keys. But yeah, no VWAP. Let's see here. There's no VWAP. The docs. Oh, thanks, Ed. Appreciate it. Didn't see you down there. All right. Hey, I want to thank everybody. Well, I don't know. Does anyone have any charts you want to look at? Thank you. Thank you. Also, I would like some feedback. If this was too much of something, please let me know. If my jokes were bad and you want me not to do that, say that as well. If you've got some jokes you want me to tell, well, send them over. If you want me to talk about something else, add something else, please do that. You members, you can always catch me in the room. Those on YouTube or X or Facebook, you can always post it there. Thanks, everyone. We'll see the members here in about 30 minutes when the market opens up. And I want to thank everybody for being here. You guys all take care. Later.